The day was bright and wide like the smile of a new bride. The town of Ijeod was alive with celebration, the wedding of Adoni, the daughter of the wealthy chief Olegbon, and her beloved Ayatond, a young man whose laughter was as sweet as palm wine. From the moment the sun blinked open its golden eye, the village square transformed into a festival of colors. Canopies in green, yellow, and purple billowed in the breeze. Drummers beat the battered drums till the air itself danced. Women wrapped in lace and osok swayed their hips to the music while men in flowing agbada strutted like proud peacocks. At the heart of the celebration were the tables, long rows covered in shimmering cloth, loaded with mountains of food. There was smoky jollof rice, spicy fried chicken, crispy dodo, steaming omla with yudu, and, of course, golden puff-puff piled like treasures of the sea. Everyone came to eat, to laugh, and to witness love wrapped in blessings. But among the crowd was Morankeji, the woman whose hunger was as famous as her laughter. Morankeji was not a bad woman. No, far from it. She was joyful, generous, and could cook stew that made even the spirits hungry. But she had one weakness: she loved food more than caution. Her laughter was thunder, her smile bright as sunrise, and her appetite legendary. Children sang songs about her. Morankeji O, the woman of 10 spoons. Her stomach no dey tire, her joy no dey end. On the morning of the wedding, she wore her best gold lace wrapper, her red gelly so tall it brushed the sky. Around her neck, coral beads clinked like tiny drums. As she entered the wedding grounds, people hailed her. Oh, Mama Morankeji, you have come to bless the feast. Ekobo O, Aya jollof rice herself. She laughed and waved, her bracelets jingling. Oh, you people know me too well. But today, it is not me who will eat, it is joy itself. Yet deep inside, her stomach grumbled like a lion in the forest. By afternoon, the wedding was in full swing. The bride and groom danced in gold and white, their faces glowing with love. Drummers played, singers sang, and plates clattered as servers rushed to feed the sea of guests. Morankeji sat at a table near the front, her eyes shining at the sight of food that stretched farther than she could see. Oh, is this heaven? She whispered. On her table were plates upon plates of jollof rice, puff-puff, fried chicken, and soft drink sweating with cold. She was just reaching for a spoon when a young waiter came rushing by, balancing a tray of steaming food. Young man, wait. Which plate is that one? She asked, sniffing the air. Oh, Mama, this one is for the special guest. The ones inside the inner tent. Special guest. Morankeji repeated, her curiosity stirring. What makes their own special? Oh, Mama, the boy whispered, this one was cooked specially for the bride's family. The caterer said it must not be touched by anyone else. It was prepared with special spices. At the sound of special spices, Morankeji's eyes widened. Her heart beat faster. Special food, you say? My son, drop it here for just a moment, let me smell it better. The boy hesitated. Mama, I cannot. Oh. My boss will. Sure, Morankeji smiled sweetly. Just small sniff. The spirits will bless you. The boy, dazzled by her laughter, set the tray down for a second, and that was all she needed. Before he could blink, Morankeji scooped a spoonful of the jollof rice and tasted it. Her eyes rolled back. This is not food. This is prophecy. She took another spoon. And another. Then a piece of chicken. Then puff-puff. By the time the boy realized, half the plate was gone. Oh, Mama, he cried. You have eaten the wrong plate. But it was too late. Morankeji leaned back in her chair, satisfied. Wrong plate, right plate, it is all rice. But soon, something strange began to happen. The air around her shimmered. The table trembled. The jollof rice she had eaten glowed faintly red. Suddenly, a small voice whispered from deep inside her stomach. Who dares eat what is not theirs? Morankeji froze. And who is speaking? The people at her table looked up, confused. The voice came again, louder now, echoing like thunder. Return what you have eaten. Morankeji clutched her belly. Huh! How can I return rice that is already cooked inside me? The ground began to shake. Plates rattled. The drummers stopped. Even the bride and groom paused mid-dance. And then, from Morankeji's stomach came a rumble so deep it sounded like a talking drum of the gods. You have eaten the plate of the ancestors. Unbeknownst to anyone, the special plate was not meant for ordinary humans. Earlier that morning, Chief Olegbon had invited the spirit of his ancestors to bless the wedding feast. As was tradition, the first plate of food, specially spiced and prayed over, was meant for them. It was to be placed beneath the sacred Iroko tree behind the hall as an offering before anyone else could eat. But fate, mischievous as always, had other plans. The waiter, unaware, had carried the sacred plate among the others, and Morankeji, with her legendary appetite, had taken what was not hers. Now, the ancestors stirred. Thunder cracked across the sky, though the sun still shone. The colors of the canopy shimmered like waves. A soft wind swept through the gathering, whispering in deep, ancient tones. Who eats the food of the unseen must pay the price. The crowd gasped. Morankeji, oh, someone shouted. You have eaten spirit food. Morankeji, terrified, jumped up from her chair. Ijo, oh. I did not know. I was only hungry. But her belly rumbled again, and a strange light glowed beneath her wrapper. Puff Puff rolled off the table. Chickens clucked where fried ones had been. The rice she had eaten seemed to move on its own, glowing like embers beneath her skin. People screamed and scattered. Huh! Mama Morankeji has turned to A1 Alaimo, they cried. She ate the ancestors' food. Morankeji began to run, her belly flapping, beads clattering, laughter now replaced by cries of fear. But wherever she went, strange things happened. Food turned to smoke, drinks bubbled like boiling stew, and the air hummed with spirit's anger. She ran past the drummers, past the tents, into the grove beyond the village. And there, she fell to her knees before the ancient Iroko tree. The grove was silent except for the wind and the rustle of leaves that whispered secrets only the old ones knew. Then a soft light appeared, first one, then many, until the grove shimmered with ghostly faces. They were the Igan, the ancestors, dressed in robes of white and red, their eyes glowing like lanterns. Morankeji trembled. Please, my fathers, forgive me. I did not know. The tallest spirit stepped forward, his voice deep and calm. Morankeji, daughter of Adebomi, why did you eat what was not yours? Tears streamed down her face. I was hungry, Baba. The rice smelled like heaven, and my stomach spoke louder than my mind. The spirits murmured among themselves. Another spirit, with a voice like the rustling of old leaves, said, Hunger does not excuse greed. But the first spirit raised his hand. Yet ignorance softens punishment. He turned to her. What you have eaten cannot be returned. But its power must not remain in the belly of mortals. You will bear it, and from it, something new will be born. Before she could ask what he meant, a warm wind surrounded her, and her body began to glow. The ancestors chanted words ancient as time. The light rose from her belly, swirling into the air like fireflies, and vanished into the Iroko tree. When it was done, Morankeji fainted. When she awoke, it was night. The moon hung low and round like a calabash filled with milk. Her body was weak, but her heart was calm. She stood and saw the villagers gathered at the edge of the grove, holding lanterns, whispering prayers. The bride, Adoni, came forward with tears in her eyes. Mama Morankeji, are you all right? Morankeji smiled faintly. I am alive, my daughter. The spirits have finished their anger. Chief Olegbon stepped forward. You are forgiven, but this will be a tale for generations. And so it was. The next morning, something miraculous happened. Behind the Iroko tree where the spirits had vanished, a golden plate appeared, shining in the sunlight. It was engraved with patterns of jollof grains and puff-puff balls, and when the wind blew through it, the sound of laughter filled the air. Morankeji brought the plate to Chief Olegbon. The chief bowed. The ancestors have left us a blessing. He touched the plate, and a gentle light filled the room. From that day, every feast in Ijeod began with the sharing of food from that plate, a reminder that joy, when shared, brings blessings, but greed, when hidden, brings chaos. As for Morankeji, she changed. She became the village's greatest cook, serving food to the poor and travelers. She laughed as always, but now her laughter carried wisdom. When people teased her, she would wave her spoon and say, I once ate the food of spirits, now I serve the food of men. Let your hunger never eat your destiny. Children gathered around her, eyes wide, as she told the story again and again, of the wedding, the wrong plate, and the lesson learned.